Well, welcome to the Jazz Jumpstart Show. My goodness, this series right here is going to be a series and an episode that is going to get you where you are literally having your wealth and your health in check. Let me just tell you, because health is all about the wealth that you need to get out there and succeed. And I'm so happy because I have an amazing guest on the show who is going to help you even more so as she shares her story as well as her movement that's going to help you even more so you can celebrate yourself but then also celebrate your health. I have today Dr. Katashia Partee Kendrick, also known as Dr. Katashia. She's a board certified clinical pharmacy specialist in ambulatory care. She's also a health and wellness coach and integrative health practitioner. Let me tell you, Dr. Katashia is the founder of Celebrate Health and Wellness Consultant LLC. She has over 15 years experience in healthcare, and she is so passionate about anything and everything wellness. Let me just tell you, when I say health is wealth, we're going to get that today. Come on now. And she's also an infertility survivor and advocate. My goodness, she's just doing the amazing things, and I'm so happy to have her. So, of course, before she comes through, if you have not already subscribed to the channel, you make sure you go ahead and hit subscribe so you can stay tuned on even more on the Jazz Jumpstart Show. But without further ado, I'm so happy to bring to you all world changer, Dr. Katashia. We coming through because you know how we do it over here. We like to open up our mics and actually talk to you. So hello, Dr. Katashia. So good to have you.
Hi, Jasmine. How are you?
Oh, I am doing so great now because this is going to be a conversation here that's going to help so many individuals when it comes to celebrating their selves, when it comes to their health, when it comes to their wellness. So I just have to know. I got to know. Hold on. You're like Dr. Katashia, clinical pharmacist, advocate, infertility survivor. Tell me a little bit about how you started this journey. What happened for you where you're doing this movement?
Wow. Let's see where I'm gonna start. No. Well, for me, it started really with my dad. Let's start there. My dad passed away several years ago, and that put me in a tailspin for a little bit. And from there, met this wonderful guy, fell in love, got married, and that's when we decided to have a family, right? But God had other plans for us. That's when we learned that I wasn't able to have children due to my fibroids and endometriosis. And that actually put me in a place where I just didn't put myself first. I've gained over 100 pounds. I was weighing almost 300 pounds, and I'm a pharmacist, right? So I'm going to work every day telling my patients, lose weight, eat right, do this. And I wasn't there to show them what you should be really doing. And I just had to come to Jesus talk. I needed to get my life together and like, okay, how can I be telling other people what to do and I'm not doing it? So I had this talk, got my life in order. And even with that, I was on blood pressure medicine. I was depressed. It was just a lot of things going on. But after having this talk, the Lord said, okay, baby, we're going to have to get this together. And I did. Started this program, lost weight, and my patients actually saw in real time me losing weight, eating right. And then those things helped them, of course, right, in their health journey. And from there, that's when I decided that, you know what, even though I am not able to have a child, I know there's other ways to help other people. So I joined a support group called the Waiting Room to try to spread the word about infertility. And that's how it all started. So really starting with my own personal health journey through high blood pressure, obesity, and then going through depression with my infertility, jump-started all this for me. And that's how I am today, to talk about celebrating. That's how the name for my business came up: Celebrate Health and Wellness. Be able to celebrate your wins, because big or small, if you don't celebrate, nobody else will.
I love that you say celebrate your wins. When you mentioned fibroids, that struck dear to my heart, because I also have become a survivor of having fibroids myself. And this happens within so many African Americans. How were you able to overcome and actually allow yourself to have that celebration moment where you could enhance your health? Because I know for myself, Dr. Katashia, I was not in a mindset of wanting to celebrate. My mental capacity was not all the way there. I was not jazzed about success. So tell me what you did, and tell our listeners who perhaps might be struggling with this very thing of fibroids, and how they can be able to celebrate and then also become an advocate of wellness too.
Great question. I must say that it didn't happen overnight. I wouldn't sit here and say that, oh, I just prayed about it and I went on with my life. No, it didn't go that way for me. And honestly, I was in a dark place. But even being in a dark place, I really thought I was alone. I thought God left me. But honestly, keeping the faith was the number one thing that I learned through this process, was because even though I was thinking I was all alone in this journey, God was with me every step of the way. So I most definitely want to tell people, keep the faith. You're not alone. He's right there with you. But two, I truly had to accept the facts that I have fibroids, I have endometriosis. No, I didn't want to, because I'm thinking, no, I'm supposed to be a mom. And the way in my head, I thought I would be pregnant and but honestly, once I accept the facts, dealing with that, I was able to come now and be able to tell my story. Now, this came over some time. Honestly, it wasn't overnight. It took some time to get here, because I can't believe right now that I'm talking to you without crying about my story. But I know that sharing my story will most definitely inspire other people, because I was ashamed of it. Man, I'm supposed to be a mother. You feel like you're less of a woman if you're not having children, and whatever it is that I was thinking of. But those three things helped me to get through this process and to be able to help other people, to let them know, don't be ashamed of your story, because there's so many other women out there, and I don't want anyone to suffer in silence. So going through that process helped me to be able to come and share my story to help others.
Wonderful. And I love that you have shared your story, because so many women, they keep that story inside of them. I know for myself, I kept mine inside for a long time just because of that. And I'm sure so many world changers out there who are women who have gone through the fibroid issue, and maybe even some for infertility just as well, have kept silent on that particular matter. So I want to ask you, because fibroids, infertility, it all deals with somewhat the gut, right? The gut aspect. So share with the audience, the world changers who are listening today, some of the different things that have helped you in regards to celebrating your gut that perhaps they could utilize to celebrate theirs.
Right. So gut health, everyone thinks it's just a trend. Oh, just get your gut in order. But honestly, getting your gut together can solve so many problems going on. Research shows now, even with fertility, having a healthy gut can help, actually getting started with your family, or helping with your gut can help clear up your skin if you're dealing with eczema or acne. So healing your gut is a great process to start, right? So what did I do? Honestly, I'm not here to tell you to go buy all these supplements and do all these things. The very first thing you need to look at, and remember, gut health is individualized, bio-individual. Everyone's gut is different. So I can't say what happened and helped me can help you or the next person. But honestly, some steps to remember: look at the things that you're eating, right? A food journal is the very first thing that I actually did, because there are things that were triggering for me, like if I had dairy, cow's milk, right? Or if I had eggs, certain things that I ate, it didn't make me feel good. So I started journaling those different things down to see what exactly is causing my stomach to hurt. And then from there, because to save some money, I didn't want to jump right into a food sensitivity test. But once I did that, that's when once I did that, I went into the food sensitivity test to see exactly what my food triggers were. And it's funny, because some of the things that I journaled Pretty true that, okay, eggs, dairy, certain fruits were my issues. And then from there, I kind of removed those. I removed those from my diet. So I had like an elimination diet to try to remove those that help with my diet to see if that would help my tummy. And it did, and most definitely. Probiotics, again, that's something that I took. I'm not saying that everybody should take one, but it's something you will most definitely need to talk with your health practitioner about. But a probiotic helped me as well because I had IBS, irritable bowel syndrome with constipation. So certain things that I would eat, getting more fiber in my diet, a probiotic. So just making those small steps there help with my stomach, as well as looking at sugar, processed foods, eating out all the time, quality sleep. Are we really, really getting good sleep? Reducing stress. So those are some of the steps that I started first before I actually got into a plan with supplements and trying to heal my gut. So basic steps you can do in the beginning before you go into actually going into a gut healing process with a practitioner like myself.
My goodness, Dr. Katashia, you have dropped some gems. Hey, world changers in the comments. Hey, share something that you know you need to work on because I know about me. Sometimes fast food life, I'm like, my goodness, it's quicker, but it's not healthy, y'all. So, just having that, but you definitely shared much great insight for someone to take even practical steps, what they could do. Because I've never even did a food sensitivity test. So that's an option as well. So Dr. Katashia, I want to ask you because I definitely know that with all of these different things that you have with practical steps, what do you feel is going to help somebody even more so to keep a clean gut? Is it the water? What is it? Because we don't want to have the IBS. We don't want to have high blood pressure, any other thing that's going to deal with not being healthy. What would you think that would help or some advice you could give to the world changers so they can stay healthy and wealthy? Because we know health is wealth around here, right? What would you give as advice?
Honestly, I would just start with the basics, right? I always old-fashioned exercise, physical activity. Look at and see if you're sitting on your butt. Are you actually moving? That's important. And the things that we eat. We take for granted that, oh, I can eat this and exercise it off. No, that's not the case. So looking at eating whole, nutrient-dense foods, more fruits and vegetables in your diet, most definitely letting more cooking at home more versus going out. Looking at, again, processed food and sugar, because I'm a sugar addict. I got to admit that. So I know exactly my issues, but again, everyone is different. So just look at some of the things that you're doing. So diet, exercise, sleep. And I know for me in school, I slept maybe 2 or 3 hours and go, on 2 or 3 hours and then go do what I need to do. But getting quality sleep, 7 to 8 hours, pretty good, right? And then stress. No, as moms, as women, we take on a whole lot of things, but stress reduction, self-care is important. And remember, self-care is not selfish. So when I talk about self-care in this whole process, I'm not talking about going to get a meta and petty. What if you just sit on your back porch and read a book? Listen to your favorite song in your music room. You see behind me, you see records on my wall back there because this is my music room. And I love to sit here and just listen to music. So taking care of yourself first, some great advice before that's the best advice I can really give you. Taking care of yourself, starting with the basics, diet, exercise, stress reduction, sleep, and then move on. If you're still having symptoms, please reach out to a practitioner. Again, I'm in a functional medicine, integrative health space, which is totally different from traditional medicine, which is really getting down to the root cause of what your issues are with your gut. So if those basic things doesn't work, then reach out to a practitioner like myself.
Absolutely. I love that you mentioned self-care. When you mentioned that, I'm like, I'm here for it. And I love that you mentioned the music or what have you. So when it comes to self-care, how often should we do this? Should it be daily? Should it be once a week? Tell the world changers how often we should have self-care.
365 if you can.
Come on.
365 if you can, but if life doesn't allow that, at least set some time aside, daily or a couple of times a week, and just have some time to yourself. Having like I said, I work out every day. That's a part of wellness, right? That's physical activity for me. That's my time to de-stress from my day. When I come home, I always listen to music. So that's some time for myself. But again, I have a husband, no kids, but there's some scheduled time here where he's doing his thing and I'm able to do some things that I enjoy. So if you can get away for 10 or 15 minutes just to meditate, to pray, whatever it is, to have some time for yourself, then go for it, 365. But if not, 2 or 3 times a week where you can have that me time, go for it.
I love it. I love it because world changers, we have to take care of ourselves. That's all about the wellness factor, right, Dr. Katashia?
Exactly.
Yes, and I'm here for it, and I want you all here for it just as well, so you can be all God has called you to be. He wants you healthy, whole, and well.
Right, it is so correct.
Yes, yes, indeed. One of the things that you started off with, Dr. Katashia, was that you mentioned faith, and I'm so a big advocate on faith. And faith, and number one, just like keeping the faith. I love how you express that. During this time, this has been such an interesting time that we all around the world have been in. And I just want to go a little deeper in faith because I believe that faith can also help you to also be healthy. It can help you to be whole and well. So if you had to share a personal message for the world changers in regards to faith and giving them like an inspirational type of message, what message would you give to them?
Oh, wow. That's a good question, Jasmine. One of the scriptures I always think about, especially going through my infertility journey, I think about I'm at peace, right? And Second Corinthians, I believe 3:17, it talks about freedom. The Lord is where the Spirit is, the Lord is with you, your freedom. And I think about peace at that time because I never thought I would be on this side of this journey to be at peace, to be able to smile because I was in such a dark place. And being in that dark place, it taught me so much. And like I said, I lost it. I didn't, when I went through this infertility journey, I stopped going to church. I stopped praying because I was mad at God because I thought, how could he do this to me? I was mad. I must be transparent and honest about it. But even going through, and that's why I say one of the things that I've learned was keep the faith because even though I felt this way, even though I was in this place, he was with me the entire time. He never left me. And when I tell you now to stand here to say, I'm at peace. I'm able to celebrate. I want people to know that. And I'm a believer. Not sure everybody might not be, but I am. And I know how good he is. And I know that he did not leave me in every step of the way. If you're going through anything right now, you think, okay, Lord, you're just not listening to my prayers, or you're not, I'm just here by myself. I'm here to tell you, no, you're not. He's with you every step of the way. And he works in mysterious ways to the point where when I did go back to church that particular Sunday, he actually used someone else to show me he was with me. So always look to the hills because he is always right there with you.
Come on with the message, Dr. Katashia. World Changers, she's giving you not only the well for health, she's giving you the inspiration with faith. And so drop in the comment what has allowed you to be inspired by something she said. Dr. Katashia, you have been so amazing. You taught us about not only your story, you shared about gut health, how we can celebrate, and then also you have shared how we can enjoy self-care just as well on this journey. So I want you to continue your movement because you have such an amazing movement. Tell the world changers what awesome gift you have or where they can find you so they can continue to stay in touch with you as well.
Yes, you can find me on Instagram. My handle is Dr. KP Kendrick. Please, I will put a link in my bio where you can reach out to me to get your free discovery call regarding gut health, health coaching that I provide. So there'll be a great start if you would like to speak with me about that, as well as even if you're interested in just a jumpstart program. I have a 28-day jumpstart program that we can discuss, as well as I'm a CBD consultant. So maybe you're not looking to take traditional medication for pain or anything like that. Again, just click that link in the bio and you'll be able to sign up for a discovery call and Instagram at Dr. KP Kendrick.
Awesome. Awesome. Hey, world changers, you definitely heard where you can find her, and you'll find the comments down below for the exact links, because you don't want to miss any of the amazing things and offerings that she has that can be a resource for you. Because, hey, remember, health is wealth. That's the new wealth around here. And we want you healthy. Isn't that right, Dr. Katashia?
We want you healthy. We want you healthy because that's what the Lord wants. Health is wealth.
Come on now, say it again. Type that in the comments, y'all. Health is wealth. That's what it's all about. Well, Dr. Katashia, it has been an extreme pleasure having you here on the Jumpstart Show. I honor you for your movement that you have, the mission that you're doing, and for you celebrating others by helping them to celebrate their health. So thank you for joining the Jazz Jumpstart Show.
The Jazz Jumpstart Show.
Come on now, come on. And world changers, I thank you so much just as well for coming through. This is the Jazz Jumpstart Show, where you know we speak life as well as business. So make sure you tune in for even more greater episodes, because we have even more. This is just the beginning. So you make sure you tell a friend to tell their friend to tell another friend that they need to come and click and subscribe and tune into the Jazz Jumpstart Show. And for more information on how you can get out there even more so, go ahead, click my link in my bio just as well, so you can get out there and be jazzed about success while you continue your movement out there even more so. Until next time, I'll talk to you all soon. Have a blessed day and make sure you stay jazzed about success. Talk to you soon.